Hey, my name's Jessie Quack, and I'm the editor of the Crooked series of sci-fi crime anthologies. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment, but first I want to introduce Mark Niemann-Ross, who's going to be reading from Volume 2 of the series. This was originally recorded on December 7th. So Mark Niemann-Ross is an educator, author, and chicken wrangler living in Portland, Oregon. He teaches R, a programming language, and Raspberry Pi, a small computer used for the Internet of Things. Both topics influence his writing, which fits solidly in the genre of hard science fiction. Mark co-authored his first story in 2005 with Richard A. Lovett in Analog Science Fiction and Fact. Since then, he's published additional stories in Analog and Stupefying Stories, has self-published 2 collections, and collaborated on a children's book. Most recently, Mark published Stupid Machines, a science fiction murder mystery solved by a refrigerator. Mark lives in Portland, Oregon. He does not have cats because his chickens would object. All right, take it away, Mark.
Take it away. Okay, so I'll be reading a story called Do-Ye0n Performs a Cost-Benefit Analysis on a Career Based on Questionable Activities, one of the longer titles I've created. Do-Ye0n is a talented engineer and product manager. He originally appears in Stupid Machine. In this sequel, Do-Ye0n is working for a company called Alpha 60, a company involved in corporate network penetrative testing, which used to be illegal, but Do-Ye0n now performs a service by identifying companies with sloppy security. He's a top performer and is anticipating a partnership offer. Today, he's invited to an office on the 12th floor. Inside, he's met by a woman and 2 security guards. Let's join our story already in progress. Do-Ye0n notices she has no name band, either real or virtual. Neither guard has a name band. He's the only person with a name in this office. Do-Ye0n, we've been notified of some aggressive transactions between you and several corporations. She waves up a list of Do-Ye0n's billable hours over the last month. You've been planting ransomware in computer systems and extorting companies to have it removed. You've been doing this during work hours and while accessing the corporate network. Why, yes, I have, agrees Do-Ye0n. I believe I've been quite successful. Are you saying I haven't been performing to expectations? No, she responds. I'm saying you're doing illegal things and Alpha 60 can't host those activities. We're under investigation for corporate penetrations, several of which are from you. I'm saying you're being arrested for felony espionage. I'm sorry, says Do-Ye0n. I've been doing what you asked me to do. I found vulnerable data warehouses and pointed it out to the owners of that data. That's what penetrative testing is. Well, that's one interpretation, she replies, but it's an illegal interpretation. Here at Alpha 60, we pride ourselves on making the world safe from hackers and other miscreants while maintaining an ethically spotless profile. You've seen everything I've worked on, states Do-Ye0n. He leans forward and the 2 security guards take a step closer. You've encouraged everything I've done. How can you tell me I'm suddenly unethical? Well, we've determined you are acting alone and without sufficient supervision from your manager, she says. These officers will escort you out of the building and to a detention facility. Do-Ye0n realizes these aren't security guards, they're police. One of them presents him with zip tie handcuffs. The other helps him to his feet using gentle restraining force and turns him around to clamp his wrists. The back seat of this police transport could be padded. Despite his agitation, Do-Ye0n appreciates the hard plastic. Cushions would be absorbent and saturated with pee and vomit. Without cushions, everything is at least visible and sanitary. It's a brief ride to the station and a shorter trip through booking. He doesn't have pockets, so he doesn't empty them. The officer places his visor in a lockbox and secures it with a scan of his retina. It's safe until later. He's faint. It's the power drink wearing off and missing lunch, or it's the missing visor, or he's fucked and he knows it. His guard escorts him into a small hall reminiscent of Alpha 60's elevator lobby. One door is open, the other 5 are closed. It's obvious where he's to go. The room is empty. The wall is a display large enough to show a life-sized woman. She might be artificial. Do-Ye0n doesn't care. Hello, Do-Ye0n. Let me try that again. Hello, Do-Ye0n. I'm Yvette, and I'll be your case manager. She smiles, but otherwise avoids the gestures used to reassure humans. Standardized sentencing dictates bail for your situation at 20% of your current salary plus benefits. Did you already choose a bail supplier? A bail supplier, asks Do-Ye0n. He's having problems connecting his thoughts. Forgive me, but this is new since I was last arrested. What is a bail supplier? Oh, you may have an employment agreement with the first option to supply bail, she says, or you can make yourself available in the open market. There are already 5 corporations ready to provide you with an offer. Wait, there are corporations competing to provide me with bail? Oh, yes, she says. Would you like to speak with them? I can sort them by whatever attribute you wish. Do-Ye0n mulls this over. What sectors are these corporations operating in? Oh, they all specialize in corporate network penetrative testing. Of course, thinks Do-Ye0n. Let me speak with the company with the highest market value. A different woman replaces Yvette, this time dressed in a business sari and an identifier band across the screen. It reads, Ashwara Vala, corporate recruiter, farewell network security. Hello, Do-Ye0n, says Ashwara. She smiles before she continues with her pitch. Farewell would like to supply bail and legal representation for your charges and court appearance. In exchange, we ask for 5 years of employment after your sentencing and possible incarceration. We offer a level 4 employment compensation package. Yvette, calls Do-Ye0n. Yvette appears. Are there other offers comparable, he asks. Comparable, but with minor deviations, Yvette says. Fine, I'll accept this offer, says Do-Ye0n. Ashwara reappears immediately. Most excellent, Ashwara responds. Wait just a minute, please. In full view of Do-Ye0n, she picks up a tablet, makes a few motions, then returns her attention. All set. We'll send a car to bring you to our offices. Congratulations on joining Farewell. The car Do-Ye0n rides in impresses everyone it passes, but it is mostly meant to impress the rider. It's longer by half than normal vehicles and emits a low rumble, subsonic, so it's felt rather than heard. Blue-green waves of light pulse from front to back like an oceanic heartbeat. Inside, the seats are held at a constant body temperature. The in-dash bartender asks him what type of scotch he desires. The car slides into its privileged space at Farewell and opens, urging Do-Ye0n to step out. Ashwara is already waiting for him. He notices she is still wearing the business sari, but without the formal jacket. Her eyes seem more vibrant than when they conversed earlier. Namaste, she presses her palms together and touches her forehead, then looks up. Farewell is pleased you are here, as am I. She smiles warmly, smiles closer, and takes his arm. Can I give you a tour? Do-Ye0n is uneasy about this woman's familiarity. Ashwara is attractive and he is uncertain how to behave. He emulates a confident industry player, although his only models come from fictional vid plays. Yes, please, he replies, dropping his voice to approximate a rich baritone. It's amateurish, but Ashwara doesn't object. They enter the first floor lobby, dominated by an opulent reception station. Third through fifth floor is the cubicle farm for entry-level employees. Sixth and seventh are private offices for level 3 employees. Eighth and ninth is level 4. They don't tour floors above 9. Those require a separate elevator, and Ashwara doesn't qualify to use it. Do-Ye0n is assigned an office on the 9th floor. There is a window, and he can see the wires of the radiation cage embedded in the glass. What happens on 9th floor stays on 9th floor. Welcome to your new family, says Ashwara. She walks to the window, then half turns to regard him over her shoulder. I think you're going to be one of my better recruits. Uh, isn't this a bit presumptive? Asks Do-Ye0n. He considers Ashwara for a moment, then continues, hopefully my court appearance will go well, but what if it doesn't? Oh, we ran your odds before we made the offer, she says. You're a lock. There's barely a chance you'll be convicted. Be sure to watch the futures on your judicial proceedings when you're not gloating on farewell stock values. I guess I'm new to this world, he says. It seems like you assume breaking the law is part of the job. Oh, nobody here will agree with that statement on record, she says, then turns and walks towards him. She touches his arm. Farewell strives to provide the highest level of service to our clients. Sometimes they don't realize how much service they need. I still have questions, he says, but I'd like to eat. Can we continue this orientation over dinner? Well, I've met my quota for the day, so yes, then I'll show you your new apartment. Her hand moves down his arm to his palm, lightly touching the sensitive skin between his fingers. Like they say, nobody sleeps on the streets. Namaste, Ashwara says, selecting a sari from her closet. We need to get into the office. I've got recruitment quotas that won't be satisfied hanging out here. And as I recall, you are meeting with your lawyer. Miss it, and you're going to become an underdog in the betting pool. Do-Ye0n puts a pillow over his head, but Ashwara pulls it away and throws it to the corner of the room. Nobody cares if I'm convicted, he says. I won't serve time. Farewell covers the settlement. I care, says Ashwara. I've got action on you. Don't blow up my investment. Do-Ye0n sits up. You bet on my innocence? No, I bet on the probability your case will be dismissed. The stats department at Farewell is confident that you're a favorable risk. I'm just following their lead. So romantic. He flops back on bed, covering his head with a sheet. Are we sleeping here tonight or at my place? We've had this conversation for 5 months now, Ashwara says. She climbs across him and touches his face. We should talk about a longer-term solution.
Hi, and welcome back. I promised I'd tell you a little bit more about Crooked at the end, and here we are. So what is Crooked? It's a series of sci-fi crime anthologies that have been edited by me, and the idea is that it exclusively focuses on including stories that are part of a bigger universe. So this is what sets Crooked apart. If you came to this anthology because you wanted to read the story from one author whose series you love, hopefully you'll find another author who writes kind of in a similar style or writes maybe something dissimilar, but just something that you're into. You can then go and read that story and be like, oh, I want more of these characters. Head to their website and find more of their work. So for example, if you love this reading, check out the show notes below and you'll get a link to the author's website. So this has been an incredibly fun anthology series to work on. Please keep an eye out for round 3, which will be coming next year sometime. And if you enjoyed this reading, please support the author. Go buy their books. Head to bit.ly/CROOKED V.2 and you can find this anthology to find more of the stories. And yeah, I hope you had a really good time and take care out there. Bye.